It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Friday, the 26th of April. I'm Michael Groff. A weather system coming through the state today brings another round of breezy to windy conditions, some clouds, showers and thunderstorms to northern Arizona, isolated showers and thunderstorms possible over the southern part of the state today, and we'll continue with below average temperatures tomorrow, but then reality will once again set in as high pressure will build back in, and we'll see a pretty dramatic warming trend as we go late into the weekend and next week. We'll talk about all of that and everything else in just a moment. But first, it's Friday, so that means it's Photo Friday here, and that's where we take a look at some of the photos and or videos that you guys have submitted. Okay, first up, David Parnell, Cibola High School is the place. Last Saturday was the time, temperatures in the 90s, and David notes this game went long, like 14 innings of long, and I guess 3 hours and 30 minutes in the 90-degree heat. It's probably a little bit more than I could have taken, but hey, you love those high school sports. Good on you. And who doesn't? I mean, look, most of the time the weather cooperates. It's just been rather warm. I mean, tomorrow, though, beautiful day for sports, so get out and enjoy it. Then we go international. Zane, Brisbane, Australia. He talks about the fact that El Nino is coming to an end and the implications of that on the weather down under for the upcoming winter season. And yes, we are moving out of El Nino. And the indications are we could be heading into a La Nina. And that does not bode well for our monsoon season, but we'll talk about that at a later point. Meanwhile, beautiful pictures from Zane down there in Brisbane, Australia. Love to see those. My goodness, check that out. That's spectacular. All right, Greg up in Strawberry earlier this week, and you can see the clouds and just beautiful pictures. It is a great time to be across northern Arizona. Now, of course, today, windy, and there'll be some rain, even some snow, depending on your elevation, but just gorgeous weather. Speaking of, Beth was up north the other day. Flagstaff got some rain, and then heading down the hill back toward the valley, saw some rain, some interesting cloud formations. Look at that. Rain shaft coming there. And looks like gorgeous weather. And, of course, the desert in bloom, too. So you've got everything going on. Joe up in Gallup. Some nice pictures there, too. So, again, if you want to take a look around Arizona, there's a lot to see. I'm a little bit biased. I may not like the weather here in the summertime, okay? In fact, I cannot stand it. Sometimes I question why I even continue to live here, but it is the beautiful scenery, the fact that we do have 5 or 6 months of very pleasant weather when the desert's in bloom, when Arizona's in bloom in general, regardless of where you are, mountains, desert, whatever, the plateaus, it's sensational. And of course, so always scenic opportunities, regardless of where you go across the state. That's why we love it here. All right, that's Photo Friday. You want to submit your photos or videos, groffshow@gmail.com is the email address. That is groffshow@gmail.com for Photo Friday. All right, let's check that almanac from yesterday. 85 degrees was the afternoon high, albeit it was a rather breezy day. 68 was the morning low. 88 and 63 are the averages for this time of year. As we take a look outside right now, just after 1 o'clock, we do have a few clouds out there. This is not the current picture, by the way. This is a picture from yesterday. And I don't know how that got in the mix, but everything else is current, but that's not the correct view outside. Anyway, no time to change it now. 80 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 39, humidity 22%. Winds are 23%. Wind from the west at 13, gust at 25 miles per hour, and the barometer 29.71 and falling. Sometimes technology just screws up. What can I say? All right, the upper air weather pattern across the nation. Yes, we've got our first wave that came through yesterday. That is now moving off into the plain states, creating some showers, thunderstorms, and severe weather. We've got a follow-up wave that's coming in here now, and that will lead to scattered to numerous showers and some thunder across northern Arizona, some isolated showers and thunderstorms possible here across the south central deserts later this afternoon and this evening. But the main impact from this will be some wind and cool temperatures to continue. Cool relative for this time of year. All right, the watch warning map, wind advisories scattered about the southwest, some winter weather advisories up north too. We've got red flag warnings off to the east. We've got a number of tornado watches that extend from central and northeast Texas, from Waco up to McAllister, Oklahoma, Joplin, Missouri, Kansas City, all the way up toward Omaha and Des Moines, Iowa, and Ames, Iowa as well. So, and we've seen a number of tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings in those watch areas as well. And again, for Arizona, those wind advisories up north could see some wind gusts to 40 to 50 miles per hour. Snow possible. Places like Flagstaff, could see maybe an inch or two of snow before all is said and done by tomorrow. So be aware of that if you're traveling up north too. Around here, of course, in the southern deserts, we don't have any wind advisories, but patchy blowing dust is always a possibility. Convective outlook for today, that enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms, again, from Waco up through the Arklatex region, and just extending all the way up toward, again, the same areas, Joplin, Kansas City, Omaha, Des Moines. And the broader severe weather risk really extends from central Texas all the way up into Illinois and Wisconsin. Now for us, we're in the green across much of Arizona. Thunderstorms possible. We don't anticipate any severe storms, but the strongest storms could put down some gusty winds and some small hail perhaps. Precipitation outlook valid through Friday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, probably nothing. Statewide, again, maybe a tenth of an inch. An isolated spot could see a little bit more than that with showers and storms as they come on through. But for the most part, after today and into tomorrow, after that, things will quiet down and we'll return to a fairly tranquil late April, early May weather pattern. And we'll get into the details of that right now as we explore the models. Take a look. This is the GFS, the 12Z run, valid 5 o'clock this afternoon. One wave out across the plains, another one following up here across the southwest. We're kind of on the southern periphery of it, and there's not a ton of moisture, but still down at the surface for the rest of the day, we'll see some clouds around. And high temperatures this afternoon should top out in about the low 80s. Pretty nice day for late April. It will be breezy to windy at times, though. Could see some wind gusts over 30 miles per hour here in Phoenix. 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts possible up north with scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms there. For us, the rain chances, it'll be a pretty narrow window for rain. I'd say from late this afternoon, maybe 5 or 6 p.m. through about 10, 11, maybe midnight tonight. That'll be about it for the window. Maybe about a 6-hour window-ish or so for rain chances here in Phoenix. But even if we do see precipitation, it would be isolated. Mostly it would be light, although an isolated brief heavy downpour can't be ruled out with the strongest storms as they pass on through. And then those will get on out of here. Otherwise, we'll continue with the breezy conditions tonight. Then we'll turn mostly clear after midnight with lows mainly in the upper 40s, perhaps in the cool spots, with 50s elsewhere. And then tomorrow, some clouds in the morning, mostly sunny by the afternoon. Just an absolutely gorgeous late April day. I really encourage you to get out and enjoy it. Michelle and I will be out there enjoying it as well, I'm sure. So high temperatures, 77 to 81. You can't beat that for the 27th of April. All right. All right, let's go to Sunday. Reality is coming back, though. Ridging will build in back across the southwest. The heights will start to come up. The air mass is drying out, so temperatures warm back to the mid and upper 80s. We'll see low to mid 90s on Monday, mid to upper 90s on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The storm track will remain well to the north of Arizona. High pressure is just going to sit right on top of us here across the southwest, as it so often does this time of year. And so we're not going to see anything other than our usual afternoon breeziness. We'll see that, and that's going to be about the only real sensible weather we're going to have for much of next week. Here's a week from today. This is Friday, the 3rd of May. We've got troughing over the nation's heartland, moving toward the Great Lakes states. Obviously, showers, thunderstorms, focus for unsettled weather there and to the south and east of that feature for us. There is a wave developing to the west of us that we'll watch for, but high pressure will be in control for the most part. High temperatures should stay at or maybe a little bit above normal here if this is right. And then going out 10 days, this is Sunday, May 5th. And you've got a upper level disturbance potentially moving in at us from the west, undercutting this ridge. Again, this is 10 days out. I'm not going to get too caught up in any sort of upper level lows that the GFS depicts. But in the off chance that verifies, yeah, it could draw a little bit of moisture in here. We could see some clouds, breezes, and who knows, maybe even an isolated shower or storm with that if it does in fact materialize. But we've got at least 10 days to keep an eye on that. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble, and this goes out through the 10th of May. And boy, I mean, yeah, we've got maybe a 300ths of an inch at best for this system coming in here tonight. And then after that, things look to be pretty quiet, as you would expect. Historically speaking, we are moving into the driest part of the calendar here. And so that's kind of what you would anticipate. And the European ensemble, pretty much the same story for the next couple of weeks. No real meaningful chance of rain. Again, an isolated shower tonight, and that'll be about it. Temperatures off the national blend of models, a pretty nice Saturday ahead. Even Sunday isn't terrible. But then, yeah, we're going to see highs well up in the 90s, and there is always that ever-present possibility that 1 or 2 days next week we could spike up to 100 degrees. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video due back here on Monday morning. Of course, updates before that if necessary. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, and of course you do, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. And if you really like what we do here, you want to support us monetarily, click that thanks icon below the video and get those monetary contributions in. $2, $5, $5,000. It all helps in the furtherance of this channel. Or you can donate to me directly on PayPal. As, look, we're still battling through some pretty interesting stuff around here. So anything you can do to help out, groffshow@gmail.com, the PayPal address, groffshow@gmail.com on PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle, check her out as well. I've got her videos linked up in the description. And of course, I encourage you to check out our streaming station called KMGX. We play a ton of music and have tons of fun with that too. So that's all linked up down in the description. Also, all right, thanks again so much for watching. All of your continued support, so greatly appreciated. Well, if you can find the rain, yeah, enjoy that. Otherwise, as we start to warm up, I always tell you, stay cool, stay hydrated. You guys have yourselves a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.